are you doing, airplane? We're already messing up. Привет, ребята. Добро пожаловать обратно на канал. Сегодня мы говорим об одном из первых реактивных авиалайнеров. Красивый Tupolev Tu-134. Yes, everybody, I'm excited to talk about the quite quirky Tupolev Tu-134. The plane that Air Koryo still flies around. I mean, it hasn't been manufactured for a long time, 1989. But it was introduced in 1970, and I've always wanted to fly a plane like this and see if I can even fly it. I mean, look at the very quirky window seat in front. Yes, this is an airliner that had a window. We'll figure out why it had that later on. This model we've now had for a while. I've downloaded it from this weird website, cloudmail.russia. Maybe some viruses will have downloaded as well, but look at this. We're at Moscow Sheremetyevo Airport, which is somewhere near Moscow anyway. So let's have a look into the cockpit, which looks immensely scary. Well, it's, you know, the typical Soviet turquoise color here. I wonder if I can even start this up, and this add-on is quite renowned. It's a freeware model that you can just download. And let's take a look into the cabin now. Look at this. We've got our, probably vodka. I have no idea what this storage space is for. This seems like a wasted space, to be honest. Let's look further into the cabin. Indeed, here we have some sort of a galley, quite an extensive kitchen. And of course, there's vodka involved, and even a full-on sink. This is quite a sophisticated airliner, isn't it? Let's take a look into the cabin itself. This seems to be sort of a VIP configuration, in fact. I mean, while this plane is used as an airliner, again, by Air Koryo, for example, yes, North Korean's airline, nowadays, you'd mostly see this airplane fly around as a VIP transport aircraft or military aircraft, whatever the hell. This is probably not your standard configuration, which is why it is so sophisticated. It doesn't have lots of seats, and it has those, you know, ship-type windows, which are completely round, which looks kind of cool. Further into the cabin, we have more cabin. Okay. Do we have a lavatory here we can check out? Oh, yes. It is very green. Look, and we have a sink. Wasted paper except cigarette. What is this inside? Okay, that's just a... Oh, wow. There seems to be like a hatch for the cargo bay here. You can actually go inside of it. Let's see if I can turn this aeroplane on. I mean, over 850 of these were built. The number in active service is decreasing because of operational safety concerns and noise restrictions. Okay, this seems like a very safe and very quiet airplane. Now, I'm really kind of scared about turning this on. This is all in Russian. Genuinely, I'm lost. You know what? I might be able to use Google Translate there to find stuff. Engine, fire protection, engine in the air, launch! Oh, wow. Loading, turn on. Is that a switch we should do? Doesn't do anything. Rice turned up. There's rice on board our airplane. Nutrition. That sounds pretty good here. 2K. That hasn't done anything at all. This is absolutely hopeless. What do these do? Google doesn't even recognize those ones. Not really much luck there. Is that the battery? Please let that be the battery. Art engines. Yeah, they're true art. Power. I guess that's the one. That's what we want. Oh, we can't interact with that. Auxiliary power supply? No. You know what? This is all completely hopeless here. I have no idea what any of this does. Anyway, we are sure able to turn this airplane on using the start engines to running command. Oh, that hasn't... Oh, God. Let's spawn on the runway. All right, there we go. So we already have answered the question, can I fly this airplane? Not really. Mostly because of the language barrier. Anyway, before we take off, let's check out what is up there. Is that the first class in front of the airplane? Let's go inside. Yes, there we go. This is inside, and we can already tell what's going on here in the front window of our passenger jet. It's, of course, the navigator station. See, when this airplane was built, once again, in the 60s and 70s, the vast Soviet country didn't really have lots of, radio stations for airplanes to navigate with, VORs or NDBs. So flights had to be performed fully visually. So people had to sit in front, look down, and go on a map to find out where they are, and use compasses and all that. This is the very simple answer. I have no idea what any of this does here or say. Now, the navigator station is very easily accessible here through the cockpit. It's just down there. But sure, this is one of those positions where you wouldn't want to sit in case of a crash, but it's something that would probably happen a lot on the Tupolev Tu-134. I mean, when you have a full main Wikipedia article on the list of accidents of your airplane, then you know you're in trouble. 76 whole losses, 1,300 87 people died. With the latest crash happening last year in October 2024, which was apparently shot down by the Ukrainians. Womp womp. So yeah, this plane like to, touch the ground a little harder. Let's put it that way. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can fly this airplane from this view. That should be interesting. Look at that. What's going on? Help! Oh, what are you doing, airplane? We're already messing up. I didn't want this to start this way. I have no idea what's going on here. Airplane is kind of drifting there. We just made a 180. But let's try that again. I mean, once again, sitting here in the position of the navigator, that wouldn't be a very comfortable ride here. I mean, we have a fan. We have some Russian call-outs. We're about to die. Uh-oh. There's like a POV position now for crash landings. That's kind of nice. All right, let's try this again. This time around, maybe from the cockpit view, try to make this proper. Come on, go full power. Don't know where the engine instruments are. I have no idea about this airplane whatsoever. All I know is that it steers like hell on the ground. Maybe that's a bug. We've got practically no steering whatsoever. Okay, stuff works. Like, the stuff moves. All right. No idea. Okay, panel is shaking a little bit. I have no idea about our speed. I think that's our speedometer down there. Don't know if that's in knots. Probably in kilometers per hour. We're at 300 kilometers an hour. Come on, just take off. Come on, Tupolev Tu-134 is taking off, and it's got a little bit of smooth landing gear. Take a look at that. A bit tilted right there. We don't quite have positive rate yet. Jesus Christ, this airplane took forever to take off. There you go, we're at 350 kilometers an hour, I think. And that took forever. Let's go and put the landing gear up. Come on. Hello? That's the landing gear switch. It's obviously up here. I think that might be something wrong with the hydraulics. But all is fine here on the Tupolev Tu-134. In the background, we have Moscow. Looking in its excitement. This plane is quite loud and deep, but what I find quite impressive is the amount of wing sweep we have here. And that's probably a good explanation as to why this airplane needs so much speed to take off. This is not a STOL airliner at all. Although the landing gear is quite sturdy, this airplane can fly off of unpaved runways. So that's good. Just doesn't really fly well at all. For some reason here, the flaps won't come down at all, which is why also we needed so long of runway. This probably the hydraulics are broken here. But that's kind of a good simulation of this plane, to be honest. The flaps, and nothing works really except of the flight controls. At least the landing gear is out, so we can land this airplane. And let's do that. Let's land this airplane from the front position, indeed. Let's get really in front. Ah, there it is. Now we've got nice visibility of the runway. I don't mind not having the instruments here, to be honest, anyway, because, I don't even know what they say. Yeah, it seems as though this add-on is a little bit broken. It seems to run on a custom plugin, so that's probably the reason why that doesn't work very well. Anyway, right here is the left runway. Let's land down there. Everything is set. Everything is ready. Let's land. Well, the best visibility ever. I mean, come on. If I don't hit the touchdown zone properly, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, here it is. The runway. Oh, God. We need more power. Airplane is coming down like a rock. Help. Oh, my. That's going to be a hard landing. Okay, that was definitely audible. It's time to put out the reverse thrusters, which I hope this plane has. Why the fuck is there a truck here now? Come on, thrust reverser, work for me. Can't really see them come out. Oh, it seems as though the brakes are kind of broken as well. Okay, this is a flight from hell. Hello, just stop now. Please do that. It is barely stopping. Panel's shaking quite a bit. I don't know how to fly this airplane. Help. Like, it seems as though the power electrically is off. Like, there is no, the transponder doesn't work. This airplane's probably very broken now, and we're overrunning. Luckily, there is not an embankment at the end of the runway here in this case. Well, this is absolutely miserable. I mean, don't even get me started on trying to take off from short runways. Well, this airplane has no brakes. Maybe we can try just restarting it. All right. Now it seems to work. Oh, wow, look. This transponder works. Do the flaps work? Yes! Now sorry. We can finally utilize this airplane. Okay, short runway test. I mean, before the landing kind of worked. No worries. We are at, what is probably 200 kilometers an hour now already. Let's go and put the flaps out all the way now. Yes, and let's take off, please. This must be the worst performing airliner I've seen ever, especially in this class. That's insane. That is ridiculous. Like, how can that fly? All right, now we're in the forest. So everybody, the worst performing airliner in terms of runway, the Tupolev Tu-134. Clearly a nice add-on. I wish to fly this in some sort of stream on that sim. Just a little, worried though that I'm not going to be able to fly it very well because I don't speak this. But very nicely crafted for sure for X-Plane 12, and when you reel out the airplane, everything works. Look, even the fancy gear animation, that's the one I wanted to show you for the whole time. Look at it coming down and up in a very interesting way here. This is why we have these pods here above and below the wing. Don't they look interesting? That's another quirky part about this quirky Russian airliner. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Guns Killer, R27, James DeRom, that dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Fighter, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.